Hi, I'm Nancy Real of the Kitchen Buzz. Welcome to my kitchen. What's the buzz in my kitchen? The international friends that come here, recipes and ingredients. Today, the buzz in my kitchen is a pesto recipe. Now, traditionally, pesto is made with basil, but one day I didn't have basil when I wanted to make this. And I remember my nonna's words in Italy. She used to say, "Non hai ingredienti," you don't have ingredients, crea, create. So I found in my kitchen cilantro and flat leaf Italian parsley, and I created penne with cilantro pesto and edamame. We're doing the cilantro pesto first. First thing I'd like to use is the traditional way that you start pesto with garlic and with salt. And you give that a whirl. First you have to cover this for safety. Also, another thing for safety you want to do is that you never want to have this plugged in when it's open, or it could take your hand easily, you know, because those switches are very delicate. So that's what happened to me once. So let's give this a good whiz. And then the next thing that you add are, traditionally again, it's pinoli nuts. Now, I don't care for pinoli nuts too much. It's like I had a hard time eating basil pesto when I was little, and I changed to almonds. It's a drier nut, and so it won't, you know, cause indigestion or anything. People are okay with almonds usually, better than pinoli. So now you don't have to grind it that much, because now again, remember, you unplug this for safety. You open this up and you add the leaves. That's the next thing you would add. Be careful, kind of spread them around, all around, and some of them might fall on your work surface or on the floor. That's fine, you can pick it up later. And this is really exciting, because once you get this going, you're going to have this beautiful aroma of that lemony cilantro together with the parsley. That's it. And so the next thing you do is you keep the motor running and you add the oils. Now, a lot of people add strictly pure olive oil. I find that pesto can be a little heavy with extra virgin olive oil. So again, it's always like trying to create and take care of the problem in the moment. So one day I said, let me mix the olive oil with a lighter oil, vegetable oil. And so the oil consistency to me became perfect. So let's get the motor running again. First I'm going to add the extra virgin olive oil, about a half a cup. Then I'm going to add a half a cup of the vegetable oil. There we go. Et voila, you have cilantro pesto. That didn't take long, did it? The cilantro, the quantity for that was about 2 cups, lightly packed, and also for the parsley leaves. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer it to a glass jar or a glass bowl right here. And you can store this easily for 2 to 3 weeks in the refrigerator. The way that you preserve this is to take olive oil and you coat the top of it with olive oil very, very carefully, so you don't make a hole in it. And this will prevent the pesto from turning black on top. So you do that, you cover it, and now let's cook our pasta. And I'm using penne pasta. Penne are short pasta with little lines and kind of pointy. The reason I like using this pasta is because any sauce that you use with this, once you're eating it, gets trapped in between the lines and inside the pasta. And so you're really tasting the sauce in the pasta, not just around it, but everywhere. So we're gonna put this in our boiling water, and we're gonna add a little salt. What I usually do is I add about a teaspoon of salt, not too much. You don't want to over salt it. And you're gonna give it a stir, and you're gonna cook it between 8 and 10 minutes. Now here's a trick that I'd like to give you guys. Because every single type of pasta has a different consistency, I like to start checking the pasta after a 6-minute boil. So the pastas that are softer are going to cook faster. The ones that are harder, like this one, packaged, are going to take a little longer. So I'll see you in about 8 minutes. So there's 1 minute left for the pasta boil, and we're throwing in the edamame. Not a very Italian ingredient, but it's going to be delicious in the end, trust me. So the next thing we want to do is we want to get our bowl ready where we're going to serve the pasta. We're going to toss and serve it. And you want to put in here about 2/3 cup of the cilantro pesto we just made. Now this is optional and I kind of like it. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. I add a little bit of whipping cream, maybe about 2 tablespoons, just to give it a creamy consistency. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay, so we're ready to grab our pot and drain our pasta. Notice these little critters, these are so practical. They're not confining, that's why I like them. So let's go and drain our pasta. Be careful, you don't want any of that hot water to splash in your face. And the edamame looks just right. It only had 1 minute of the boil. Remember now that when you're going to eat pasta, some people like cheese on all types of pasta, but for this one, because the cilantro is so sharp, it's got such a sharp, delicious flavor with a pungent aroma, it may conflict with cheese, whether you use Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino Romano, which are strong on their own. So you mix this a little bit, and let's say you think there's not enough cilantro pesto here, you can always add a little more. I want to add a little more, just a little more. Mix it up, and look at how beautiful the colors are, and look at the edamame that kind of peeks from the pasta once in a while. This is really exciting. So you've got a delicious cilantro pesto pasta here for 4 to 6 people. Don't forget to serve it with a great white wine such as Pinot Grigio. Dim the lights, add candles, and you've got a great meal, great atmosphere. And I'm Nancy Real of The Kitchen Buzz. We're also on Facebook and Twitter, and thanks for watching.